I was born in the Dominican Republic.
I was born in Bogota, Colombia.
I was born in India.
From Colombia.
Oh, they're from Colombia too. All of them.
Like my direct family, my mom and dad, they're also from the Dominican Republic.
Also from Colombia. All of my family.
They come from India, and then we lived in England for a very long time.
I've been doing things like all over, but just most of the time in my country.
I've traveled a lot. I lived in India, then I lived in London, then I moved back to India, and then I moved to the States.
It's hard to tell. I mean, in Colombia, trying to do something with my life, trying to help people, because that's what I love. And that took me to Canada. And then the only thing that I did is I went to Russia to help little kids. That's what I did. And now New York.
So I've been most of my life in the Dominican Republic, and then I've traveled to Florida. Here in New York, been here for a year and a half studying, and I visited China for around 3 weeks.
I'm doing my internship at the United Nations at the Permanent Mission of Honduras.
I'm a student at Parsons studying illustration, and I'm also a freelance designer.
On my internship at the United Nations, actually, in the Permanent Mission of Colombia.
Right now I'm studying in the new school, communication design. Why did I pick up this place? I didn't pick up this place. This place picked me because I earned a scholarship to come here. So, I took the opportunity.
I didn't, for real. I just, it happened to be like the internship was with the United Nations, so it is in New York, and New York's in the US, so that's what took me here.
Why did I pick the United States? I picked the United States because I wanted to go somewhere where I could change my mind if I wanted to when it comes to my education. And I didn't want to be in a bubble for the rest of my life, and I wanted to, be able to take different classes and not just study history if I chose to study history, or just study art if I wanted to study art. So
I didn't pick the United States. I picked the United Nations, and that's here. And I did it because it's one of the most multilateral scenarios ever, and it's a very interesting place to start learning about every single topic that you can even think about. Last week I was talking about food security and little birds, and 1 hour later I was talking about open defecation.
In the future, I don't know. I just know that I want to help. And the thing about that is that I want to make I don't know how to help for the development of human rights. Because I know there's a list of human rights, but it's not even 10% of the people have all of them. So I really want to help with that. Staying in Colombia, no. Maybe, I don't know. I feel like I could go and see other opportunities there, but not staying. Just realize if I can go to another place and take maybe my family to another country, but it's not the US either.
I definitely don't see myself here, leaving or staying here in New York. But I don't know, I don't know where would I like to spend my whole life. I really would like to travel, but if I could see myself somewhere now, I really would like to go to Asia, maybe Japan for a few years, months, I don't know. I don't like New York. Like I've never liked New York from the moment I came the first time. For me, New York is too much of a hectic city, and I like peaceful spaces, and I don't think like I can have that here.
I don't know where, but I know what I wanted to do. I want to do something for not the world. I'm not Martin Luther King, I wish. But I want to do something. I feel like today everyone is thinking of their futures as like, I want to be rich, I want to have a house. And I don't. I want to have love and I want to help. Somehow, in some way, I think right now I can't even help myself. But I want to help somebody. I want to be someone that gives something to society, to people that want to help. My country is facing a different and really hard situation. They are trying to reach peace, and to help that and to be somebody contributing to that, I need to learn from other experiences. I need to learn what other countries have been doing, and to be someone different of a different point of view regarding the same topics that everyone is going to try to discuss. I strongly believe that now I have to learn as much as I can from other places. But in a long-term future, yes. In a long-term future, I would like to live in my country. I like to help and I don't know, maybe teach.
Oh no. I would like to stay here once I graduate, but I think that it would be really nice to move somewhere else where there's a better quality of life in terms of work, fun, balance, because you don't get that in New York too easily. So. Everyone in New York is just really busy all the time and everyone just works, and that's great and it's a really great place to start your career, but I don't think that's where I'd want to settle. I don't think it's a healthy way to live. So,
Into my current business status, like that could stop me from being here, and that's something that I guess the president could do, that he could change the laws and that could change my current situation. Also, like after I graduate, if I don't take advantage of the OPT, that will be something also that will not allow me to be here. And if I don't get a sponsorship, that will be something that will not allow me to be here either, like legally here.
Everything. I mean, when you come to the US, you face a lot of strong situations. First one is the language. People make fun of your accent, even if you're trying to speak a language that is not yours. So of course you have an accent. Second, the political situation right now. I'm trying to understand why is Trump the next president, why did they vote for him. We know that with this president it's going to be very hard for us to come here if we want to study or work for everything here. And sadly, the things that I'm learning now are taking me somewhere else. The US is not the place to be helping people for now. It's going to be in the future, maybe, I don't know.
from being in the States? Oh, well, I mean, the election that just happened, it's not going to stop me from being in the States because I've very much decided that I came here to do something and I'm going to do it and then I'm going to leave. But what stops me from staying here is mostly the idea of, I don't know, I think it's important that as an international student that if you are going to study abroad, at some point you should go home, because that education that you worked so hard for should be applied to the country that you left in the first place. And it would be nice to go back to India or England at some point and do my job as a citizen of that country there, rather than stay here.
A lot of things, like being just by myself, because it's just that I think that I have to be with the people I love. So just not having my family around or like close friends or something, it's a little bit hard. So just not staying for the rest of my life, just a few times, that would be, but not like a lot of time.
home. I mean, home for me is Dominican Republic. Like that haven't changed at all. Maybe, but I mean, I don't know, because I haven't been there for a while. So maybe if I go back, I will feel that I don't belong there anymore. Maybe I don't belong like anymore, like living with my parents. So maybe when I go back, it's not gonna be like my home, but it will be home in the matter of like it's where I was raised. It's where I have most of my friends and most of my family. So it will still feel like home. Like honestly, because like home will change in the future because I will create my own home when I have my own family. So for now, home is the Dominican Republic. Like after that, when I have my own family, like home will be wherever my family is. I mean, like if I get married and I have kids, home will be wherever we are. It doesn't matter where.
Like as the above question was like something like that. Home is where my family is, like where I feel the love of people that care about me.
I hate that question. Honestly speaking, I don't know where home is for me because I've lived in a lot of different places and I've had very different relationships to all of them. Right now, home is New York because my boyfriend is here and he makes me feel like I'm at home. And probably when I go home to India in a few weeks, that'll feel like home too because it's where my parents are. So it's where the people I love are, and that's all that matters.
Everyone thinks like it's a cliche, but everyone says that home is what their heart is, and I strongly believe so. I'm here, but my heart is not here. US is not my home. Canada wasn't, and Russia either. My home is where I'm with my family. My home is where I'm doing the things that I love, helping somebody else, learning, being as helpful as I can, being with the guy that I love. That's home. Home is not specifically a region, a country, a city. It's somewhere bigger than that, and it goes forward.